Well, here we are. This is a video I've been wanting to do, and it's a bit off topic. So if you don't like it, you can I guess you can turn it off. But it's sort of an interesting thing. I get emails fairly often from people, and they want to know, what do I think of what's going to happen in the Chinese art market next year? How's the Chinese economy going to affect the art market? Because the Chinese have, for the last 30 years, driven a big part, obviously, of the Chinese art market, and are now taking a bigger role in the general art market around the world. European paintings, American decorative art, European decorative art, carpets, all this other stuff. And my personal view is that the Chinese are going to continue to be in that world. I do not think the Chinese economy is going broke, even though YouTube and other media outlets have been predicting the imminent collapse of China's economy now for the last 8 years. I remember 8 years ago seeing, in the next 30 days, China's economy is going to collapse. In the next 30 days, is China going to invade Taiwan? China is our enemy. You hear all this hyperbole, this crazy stuff going on, and all of this is not good for the antique and art market. We want a nice, quiet market. We want people to get along, buy and sell art and antiques, do your thing. And I really don't believe that, for a minute, that China is our enemy. China is our competitor, absolutely. And they're tough competitors, and they have a growing economy that has gone up by leaps and bounds over the last 40 years, which is unsustainable eventually. But it's very easy to have a economy that grows at 5 to 10% in a given year if you're starting from a very low point, because it doesn't take much to double. So that's been the magic to China's finances, and they've overextended themselves a little bit now, as you always have at the end of a giant boom cycle in any economy. The United States had it in 2008 and 9 when the stock market collapsed and the real estate market was too much of a boom, too much funny money going on. But I don't worry about that with China. I think China's going to remain a resilient buyer in the art market in all areas. I think they're going to continue to buy Chinese art. I think they're going to continue to buy paintings by Mark Rothko. I think they're going to continue to buy Bureau Plats from France. And I think they're going to remain in the market very, very much, and increasingly as time goes along. They are rapidly expanding a country still. They've got the Evergrande real estate problems to work out. They've got some overhanging debt they need to figure out. But they don't have any inflation to speak of. They have an enormous savings rate among their population. It's like 18% Chinese save of their earnings on average. I heard somewhere there's $18 trillion in cash owned by Chinese nationals in their banks. Americans can't say that in most cases. Americans don't save money like that. But the bottom line is no, I don't think China's economy is going to tank and go under. I don't think China is going to invade Taiwan. I don't think China is our enemy. I think they're our competitors. And everybody needs to just chill out a little bit and relax. The Chinese people as collectors are as serious as in their collections and their reasons for collecting as any people are anywhere in the world. And they're going to be for forever at this point. I don't see the interest in art among Chinese citizens diminishing either for Western art or for their own art. And I think it's going to deepen and mature. And I think you're going to see some great things being sold in Asia in the next year. The UBS report pointed out that all the auction houses had a pretty good year last year. They had some ups and downs, COVID aftermath and all that sort of thing. But it's resilient and it's come back. And the Chinese government will have to work on their financial problems the way the United States has worked on their financial problems. But I think that we should all sit back and take a deep breath and put China back in perspective, who they are and what they are to the rest of the world. We seem to be, every once in a while, these crazy fears come up where people are talking about military stuff from China, and we have enough going on in our own lives. We got the fiasco in Israel with Hamas and Hezbollah and Iran and Yemen and the attack by Iran on the American soldiers in Jordan the other day, and you got the Ukrainian mess, you got the border thing, you've you've got the crazy election race between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, and who the hell knows where that's going to go, and all these other things going on. And when you look at all that and then compare it to what's going on in China, China seems like about one of the most peaceful places in the world right now, relatively speaking. All right. And yeah, they're gonna try to get the upper hand in any way they can in trade, just the way the United States does. But as far as the art market goes, I think the art market is going to remain quite stable. I don't think that the Chinese economy is going to collapse. I don't think China is our enemy. I would like it very much if these politicians and government officials would get back to viewing the Chinese as our partners in the business world, and I think everything would be a lot better off for it, and maybe we could pull our horns in a little bit and learn to get along with the people that we do business with. And China is a country that we do a lot of business with, and we need them to do business with us, and they need us to do business with them. So it's a very good relationship, and I don't see the Chinese in any way changing that or wanting to change it. And I certainly don't see the Chinese economy tanking and causing a collapse in the art market and the Chinese art market and all that. You'll have fluctuating prices, but I think in general things are in pretty good shape. All right. But let's, when you hear somebody start going off on and on and on about China, you can pretty much rest assured they don't know anything about the country, or they're just a little bit bigoted. All right, and that's all I really have to say on it. I hope you don't mind me taking the liberty with this, but it's something I've wanted to say, and I think many of you probably agree. So the outlook for the art market this year is good. The link to the Art Basel report will be right below this video. You can click the link and read it yourself, and it's a very interesting reading. I hope you do. All right, have a good week. See you in a few days. Bye-bye.